Okay. So, hi everyone. Welcome to How to Get Involved at Cal State Long Beach. I'm Arnazia, and our other Sam is Chloe.
Hi. So in this presentation, we're just going to go over how to get involved and go over our current experiences as students. So I can start off. So my name is Chloe. I am a third year here at Cal State Long Beach. I got to live in the dorms my first year, so that was really fun, and I got to meet a lot of people and get involved in campus that way. I am currently a liberal studies major, and I just got accepted to the ITEP program, which is one of the credentialing programs in the College of Education, so that's really cool. Some other things, I am also involved in the honors program at Cal State Long Beach too, and that's really great, and I recommend it for anyone who's interested. So yeah, those are some things about me and my experience here at the beach.
Well, hi everyone again. I'm Arnazia. I'm also a third year in the liberal studies pathway. Not too long ago, I just declared my major, so I'm an official liberal studies major, and I'm soon will be applying to the ITEP program to go through the UDCP pathway. I am part of the Black Student Union, and I love to draw and paint and stuff like that, and make friends and stuff like that. Sorry. So now we're going to discuss how can you get involved virtually. And so the first thing is the Cal State Long Beach app. This Cal State Long Beach app, I like to personally think of it as like a one-shop place because you can do everything you need right there. So personally, the app have all your classes on it. So all the classes you're taking this semester will have all of them, the courses, any information you need to know about that class, assignments, due dates, and all that kind of stuff. And you can view your grades there. So it's not really hard to you don't have to go all the way on your beach board to view your grades. You can just go there, and you can also schedule your day out in there. So let's say you have a class at this time, and also they show your due date. So let's say you have a class and this assignment was this day, and they will show the due date on the bottom when it's due. So that's really cool. I find it really helpful because college is busy and you forget sometimes. And so you can also see the campus. So for any of you guys want to know that we have a map around campus because it's a large campus, and they also have a map inside the app so you can find your way around campus. It's really convenient when you're new and you're lost. You do get lost in your first week. I got lost everywhere.
Yeah, definitely. It's really helpful. Also, Google Maps kind of has the buildings for some of them too. That's life hack.
Yes. And also to just let you guys know, you can also have all the events that we're having there. So on the app, if you press the event category, it will tell you all the events we're having on campus or on Zoom. Like if you guys download this app and then look right now, you will see that we have the week of Welcome coming up. And they tell you the day, the time, the details, and all that kind of stuff. And week of Welcome, I believe, is on campus this year. So you guys should go and just see around. And so it also just lets you know that you can do your COVID health questionnaire on there too. So that's really good because it's really just a one place stop. Now we're going to talk about the ASI. So ASI is our nonprofit organization. ASI is our student government, or ASB from high school to college. Yeah. So they host all our fun activities in person, on Zoom, and they have updates on what's happening at Cal State Long Beach and stuff like that. Also, they have giveaways also, and they have meetings, or you can go and you can vote on who is ASI, because ASI also affects you as a student, so you can always vote on who is in the cabinet. You also, so you guys are just aware how they are helping students virtually. They are giving away free stuff where you can register on their Instagram, and you can get free stuff. So the free stuff might be a DIY embroiderment kit and paints by numbers. And so just show you guys for example, I even got one of them, the paint by numbers, and like in here they send it to your house too, and it's free. So like, why not? So yeah, and so like it's a paint by numbers. If I can't open it.
Yeah, I attended like a conference, and then they gave me like a little gift bag from the conference, and they sent it to my house, and I like totally wasn't expecting, and I was like, I have a package? What? But no, ASI has actually been really chill about being at home and everything with COVID. Like they're really still on top of it, which is really fun.
So this is how it looks, and they send you to you, and you can paint it. So they give you free activities, and they have, I think, that going on every month or twice a month. So if you guys are interested, you can always go register on their Instagram and like have something to do at home.
Yeah. So another thing on campus is we also have a beach pantry. So this is like an unofficial pantry for CSULB students. And it provides like non-perishable food items for those in need. So like if it's getting to the end of the month and you're like, ooh, my bank's kind of low, I can't really like, I don't know, I need some food, like you can go and get food and they'll give it to you as much. And they do like drive-through pop-up events each week. So you can just like with COVID, like just drive through, pick up your food and go. And it's really cool. And they also have other programs where you can donate to the food pantry instead of like, for example, not that any of you would, but if you got a parking citation or something, like you weren't parking where you're supposed to be, instead of actually paying a ticket, you can just donate food to the pantry, which is really cool because you're like directly helping students with your contribution. And yeah, I like know a bunch of people that have gone to the food pantry, and it's actually really nice. And you can get like good quality food, not just like random food. Like there's good stuff there.
And they're also having one on the 20th of this month. So this Friday, I believe Friday.
Yeah. All right, so we have the Student Recreational and Wellness Center. And this is basically the gym. This is the gym at CSULB, and I fully recommend it. I did not regularly go to the gym or work out prior to college. And then some of my friends were just like, we're gonna go to the gym. I'm like, okay, I'll go. And it's actually really great. They have classes all the time. Like they have yoga, Zumba, HIIT classes, like ab burner classes. Because if you're one of those people that you're like, I don't know what to do, like I don't know how to do the weights, like I don't know how to do that, you can just go to the class and get your workout on. And I really recommend it. Like a lot of people pay good money for like a gym membership like this, but you just get it included in your student like fees and stuff. So it's really great. Yeah, and then and we also have stuff for like, you know, your physical health, and then there's also like more mental health stuff there too. We have beach balance, and they have like really cool relaxing like coloring. You can do massages, or they have like other just like meditative relaxation classes there, especially during like finals and stuff and midterms. It's really, really helpful. And then there's also an Owens condition for tuition. So this is basically like each time you go to the gym, you can like sign up, and then if you go to the gym a certain number of times, you can get your name put into a raffle for free tuition, which is super cool because who doesn't want free tuition? Yeah. And you can also get like other prizes like water bottles and things like that.
To add on, guys, the gym is starting to open up, so you can actually work in person again, and you can always download their app because they have an app, and you can see all the classes that we have on the screen, and you can like be like, oh, I want to go, and kind of just register to go or see if it's on Zoom or in person, and how that is working. To also just add on, they have personal trainers. I don't know about you guys, but they do have personal trainers, and it's really cheap to like get a personal trainer at another place versus the school. And so if you ever thought about personal training, then we also have that. And we also have CPR classes. So I don't know if you guys ever thought about that, but like how good that look on your resume. And like CPR classes, they having them virtually currently, and the personal trainer is virtually also right now, but like they have it and you guys can always learn. I took the CPR class myself. It was really great experience. I also got a certificate to say I have it. So yeah. And then we also have
another thing. Sorry, I didn't want to get off. I just want to say another thing with the gym. I forgot about this. So when we have a rock wall, that is really, really cool. I got really into climbing the rock wall. And then they also have like at the beginning of each, they have I don't know if they're doing this now, but I know pre-COVID, like they have a bunch of sports sport equipment that you can like rent out for the day. Like you can rent a surfboard for the day and then go surf. You can rent like a paddleboard and like other cool outdoorsy equipment. And then also in the beginning of each semester, again, I don't know about now because COVID, but definitely by spring semester, they have like really cool camping and backpacking trips that you can sign up for. And so my friends and I, we did sign up for one. It didn't happen because pandemic or whatever, but we just did sign up for like a really cool like long weekend trip to Joshua Tree. And so they have other cool camping and backpacking events if that's your thing.
Yeah, and I signed up for the Joshua Tree one, but due to the pandemic, we were able to go. Yeah, but they're all for additional cost, but when I tell you it's not really like expensive, it's really reasonable. They still understand that you're students. And then we have our student organizations. So pretty much we have a bunch of organizations at our school. You can apply for ASI, as I mentioned earlier. We have religious groups, we have sports groups. So if you're ever interested, we have various groups of organizations you can join. And if you want to just learn more about our organization, you always can go to the week of welcome, which is usually the second week of school. So it's from the 1st to 31st, I believe. The 31st to the 1st. And you guys can always go and learn about these organizations, but Chloe's going to talk about our liberal studies group.
Yeah, so we have LSSA, which is stands for Liberal Studies Student Organization. So it's basically like a club for other liberal studies students, and it's really cool. My friend was president last year, so I went to a bunch of the meetings. And it's just really nice to like have a club with people in our major at least, because then you get to meet each other. It's like, oh, you were in my class. Like, yeah, I know you. And then you can like, get to know people in the major more. And it's just really nice to get to know people in your field. And then you can, take classes together and just make friends. And also they offer a lot of events and really cool things that can help build your resume and make you like a better overall teacher and go into the classroom and stuff. So that's cool too. There are other benefits than just social.
Oh, do any of you have any questions or comments, or you can write them in chat, or you can unmute yourself and ask so far? I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds, but yeah.
Also, if you have questions at any point throughout, just feel free to shoot us a message in the chat or unmute. Either way, it's all good.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna continue because I don't see any, but
all right. So the College of Education, this is like where we are, I guess, in liberal studies. And we have drop-in advising via Zoom, which is great. It's every Monday through Friday from 9 to 11 and 2 to 4. This is great. I go all the time. Like anytime I just have a small question that I can take 5 minutes, I just go and get it answered, and it's really great. And even if you aren't like officially a student in the College of Education, you can still go to these drop-in advising hours, which is really nice because a lot of people think that like, oh, I'm not a student, they can't help me. No, they can still help you. Like they can help anybody, which is really great. So if you have questions as like a prospective student, they can let you know, answer some things, and you can meet with advisors, which is really great. We also have monthly Zoom open hours with our dean, Dean Pavry. She's a really great dean, and she's the dean of College of Education, and she's super personable and like welcoming. And so there's Zoom office hours where you can just talk to her and get to know her. And she's more than just like a dean, like she's actually a real person, and she's really chill, and you can just get to sit down and talk. Yeah. And I believe, Arnesia, you were going to talk a bit about the Caminos project.
So on this next slide, we are talking about the Caminos project. The Caminos project I'm sorry, guys, my apologies. Increase the pipeline of Latina teachers and strengthen the cultural of students interested in teaching as a profession. Students will participate in culturally, socially, and professional development programs. Also, a fun fact about this, guys, you can still meet with coaches, advising coaches virtually, and talk to a peer mentor. Sorry, guys. Well, now it's time to get us to know each other. So Chloe is going to drop a link into the chat where you guys can click on and then start filling out. It's a Jamboard, if you guys know that.
Yes, gotta love Jamboards. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop this chat right there. Can somebody either give me a thumbs up or like a yes in the chat once you've like gone into it? And
I'll open it. Let's see.
okay, it should work.
Yeah, so pretty much it's like your name and the school you're coming from. Me and Chloe will also be answering these, but I think we would answer them more vocally than writing them down. So my name is Arnesia, and the high school I came from was Paramount High School. So if you guys know where that at. Yeah, and then Chloe.
Yeah, so my name is Chloe, and I came from Renaissance High School in Long Beach. It's a small school, but yeah.
Yeah, so you guys can add it and we can get to know each other because we don't know each other.
Yeah, we'll get
and then you can go to the next one and figure out what classes are you looking most forward to. I know I'm looking more forward to my art class because I like to draw and paint. So
are you doing the? You're taking the art 300?
Yes.
Oh my! Oh my gosh! I'm excited.
And then who are you grateful for? It's just to get to know you guys. So if you guys want to fill them out, I'm more than happy to talk to you.
Also, if any of you want to like unmute yourself and like verbally share too, that'd be cool.
Yeah, you can share verbally if you like to. Yeah, so we're gonna just do this for a while and then move on. I see a lot of Cerrito College. We work with them also, so you might see us at the Future Teachers Club that you guys have.
Yes. Hesperia High School. I'm already maybe like, oh, interesting.
Oh.
Any class, so I get the classroom experience. I felt that.
Yes, the classroom experience is actually really, really fun.
I know, like
student teaching and also just being in a classroom with other fellow liberal studies majors.
Like I forgot, like I don't know what it was like to walk to class, like physically walk to class, and then our campus is kind of big, so sometimes you get to class and you're like a little sweaty, and you're like, dang, I didn't even think it was that hot today, but I just came up like 3 flights of stairs, so that's why.
Or for any of you that's planning on moving to the dorms, that walk is like I think it's like a 10-minute walk from like the dorms to the upper campus.
10 minutes, girl.
I walk fast, so.
Okay, you walk fast. I guess it was about like a 10 minutes if I was walking fast, but still, my dorm, I was in Hillside, but if you're in Parkside, that's like a 15 to 20 minute walk to upper campus.
I'm also grateful for family and friends.
I have really
happy that your family are your cheerleaders for you. So that's important. A great support system.
That's great.
Yeah. We're gonna do like an extra minute or two for you guys to just finish, and then we will continue. But also, if you guys don't want to comment on here, you can always ask us questions, and we answer them right now too.
Also, if you don't want to like answer a question, have everyone see or whatever, you can totally private message us with your question, and we can just be like, "Oh, someone wanted to know," and then.
Well, thank you for all who respond. Now we're going to continue and we're going to talk about our school library. I'm sorry, I'm trying to exit out of here. I don't know about you guys, but have you ever been on Zoom and you had to present and that little bar come down? Yeah.
Yes.
So we're talking about our library now.
Yeah, so for the library, there's a lot of great resources in the library. I really didn't go to the library prior to college. I'm just gonna be honest, I didn't. And then when I got to college, I was like, wow, this is great. Like, why don't I go to the library more? So I really, really recommend it. Even if you're like, I don't go to the library, go to the library. It's a thing in college, I swear. Yeah, there's a lot of media there and media resources. For some classes, sometimes they want me to watch like videos or some small documentaries, and you can watch them through the library, which is really great. You can also pick up physical materials. Like one time I was doing research and I needed, like, I was looking at like old articles, and they like pull out like this stack of like old articles from like the 50s or something. It was really cool. So you can pick up like physical like materials there. And we also have our own database research system, kind of like Google Scholar, but like for school. I mean, Google Scholars, but like for our school in specific, called OneSearch, which is really great. So anytime I've done a research paper, boom, that is where I start. OneSearch, it's really great. And then you can also email the list. Like if you go on OneSearch and you found like a bunch of really great like articles and things, you can like email like the list of things you found, so you can come back to it and not just like lose all your searches. There are ebooks there if you need. A lot of textbooks you can actually get online or at the library, so that's kind of a life hack, so you don't have to buy some of them if they're really expensive. And you can find a lot of textbooks online for not that much money. That's what I do a lot. And also, if you need a Chromebook or a laptop, maybe yours like broke or you don't have one or something, they do Chromebook loans, which is really great, especially now with the way school is. A laptop is definitely a necessity. Yeah. And there's also Amazon at the beach. So we have like our own little Amazon station, which is really cool. So you can get packages delivered like to campus and just pick them up on campus, which is really cool because I mean, you're gonna be on campus a lot, like, or you might be, but depending on your classes. I know I was on campus all the time, so I would just do Amazon at the beach, boom, pick up my package, and I'm good to go. And you can also return packages there too, which is nice if you don't want to just like leave it on your doorstep and hope it gets there. So yeah.
So to add on about our library, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's like 5 floors pretty much. So at the very bottom, we have the basement where you can find me. And if you ever see me, you can say hi. But that's where I usually be because it's a little noisy, but it's where you can eat is noisy. And I like to work in noise, so it benefits me. And then on top of that, on our first floor, that's where you find our librarian, where they will assist you to which floor you need to go to find a book. Like before, I had to go to the third floor to find a ASL book, so American Sign Language, to do an essay about American Sign Language. And so they directed me to which floor I needed to do and who I needed to talk to, pretty much. And also in the very back, you will find our Starbucks. So yeah, during finals, they usually give out free Starbucks. So don't sleep on that. But yeah, so we have our Starbucks in the back where you can sit and study also, because some people like to study over there. And then in the very corner, we have a big area where we have our not laptops, but desktops, where you can use them to just write an essay.
Like if like if your computer needs to charge, you can just like charge it and then use the desktop, so you still get work done.
Yeah, and so you can still do that. We do have printers, but you do have to put beach bucks on there. So beach bucks is pretty much just like money that you're allowed to put on your student ID, and then you swipe it and you print. And I think printing was like 10 cents when I was there. Yeah, 10 cents. And so you can print. And then on top of that floor, we have our 2 quiet floors. So floor 2 and 4 is our quiet floor, where even like they don't even like to hear pencils drop because it's such a focused floor. So if you ever in need to like study and like want dead silence, those will be the floors you go to. And then our third floor is like a medium where you can still talk and you can still work. It's noise, but not like a loud noise versus like the basement or the fifth floor. And then our fifth floor, let me tell you guys about our fifth floor. Our fifth floor is pretty much really nice. You can rent out cubicles where you can write onto the walls and on the tables. So all the tables are like can be written on. So with a dry erase board marker. Yeah, so you can write on it. I go in there too when I have to do math and I'm working with various people. I'm a visual learner, so writing really helps me. And then like during finals, you will see like all the walls and windows are covered with expo writing, and you can just see how like hard people are trying to study and focus. But also you can see the beach, so beach. So yeah, if you guys want to ever study with a beautiful view, then yeah, the beach, the fifth floor will be for you.
Yeah, the library is really cool. I always remember I would always go to the fifth floor and then I would just take the stairs down. And it was always so weird to me. Just like you go like from fifth floor and you can hear all the commotion, and then you go down to the fourth floor and it's quiet. And you go on the third floor and you hear stuff. And then the second floor it's quiet. And then the first floor you hear stuff. It's like the quiet floors and stuff.
And don't worry, guys, we have an elevator. I think Chloe just liked the stairs.
Yeah, I don't know. I take the stairs. I don't know, whatever. I always meet people like the stairs. I don't know.
Yeah. Then we have our CAP Center that Chloe will be talking about.
I'm gonna answer the question in the chat first. So there's an icon on the Student Center that is labeled textbooks, and it gives you the list of what professors want. You can get books and supplies now, or you can wait to the first day for professors to go over them. I think it's kind of a personal choice. Some of the books professors will like on the tab they'll be like required, but then the professor will actually be like, you want to, like it's recommended. So I kind of wait for the first day. And also, yeah, that's what I do. I like to wait for the first day for professors to like say what they need, because sometimes there are things that are on there that you don't really need. Yeah, that's what I like to do. And then also there's this really cool thing in the library where you can go on, or not in the library, in the bookstore. The bookstore the first week is pretty crowded. I'm just gonna tell you that now. It's gonna be crowded, but that's understandable. So if you're like, well, I don't want to wait till the first week and then have to sit through the bookstore line, there's a little life hack I learned where you can like go through your and where the like textbooks things are, and then you can order them online. And then for like pick up in the store. So then like a day later, you can pick them up in the store. So you can avoid like the big lines. You just go to the back corner of the bookstore and there's a way shorter line. And then you just go and you like say your name and show your ID. And then you can pick the books up right there and like pay and be done, instead of like having to go through the store, pick them up, and then go through the really, really long line. So
yeah, sorry, Chloe. Sorry.
I was gonna say I personally recommend waiting to the first day to buy books or the first class. That's one way you can avoid the lines and such if that's one of your concerns. It's also a personal preference thing. I know maybe for some classes or for some people, they're like, I want to have the books and everything right away. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just think that you don't always need them, even though it says you do. So that's why I wait.
Yeah, and also the cost, like because your teacher might say you don't need the book from the bookstore, so you can go and check and buy it for like less money and rent it. The only books I ever really had to buy were the one that came with access codes. Other than that, all my other professors like you can rent them for all I care, and so that's a benefit. Because to be honest with you guys, my first semester when I first started as a freshman, I bought my books on the first day before going to my classes, and I spent like $500. And then I realized like my second semester, I only spent like one because I waited, and also I just didn't buy them from the bookstore if it wasn't needed to be bought from the bookstore.
Exactly. Another thing I do that I've recently started doing for books is some books do require access codes. And so you do need to like get them new because you need the access code. But I'll just like, I did this all last school year, actually, both semesters, is like the teacher will say the book and I'll just Google it. And there's a website called Thrift Books and Abe Books that have a lot of books. And I've literally gotten textbooks like, yeah, they're not they're like, I don't know if they're like 2 editions behind or whatever, but I've gotten them for like $10. And it's really, really cheap. So I recommend that. Just literally Google the book and you can normally find pretty cheap versions of it. And a lot of the time, they are like not as new editions, but professors a lot of the time don't really care. They'll just, if they care, they specifically say you need this edition, or they'll say you can get like 2 editions behind, but don't get after that. And you can always ask them like, hey, does it matter if I get an older edition? And most of the time they'll say no. So yeah, that's a little life hack. So yeah, okay, so on to CAPS, counseling and psychological services. So at the beach, we think it's really important to value mental health, which it is. And so that's why we have a whole center designed to support and enhance mental health and wellness. So if you do need, you can speak with a therapist at CSULB at our CAPS service. So there should be like an icon on your beach board, or we have like a big website for it, or a page for it on our website. And you can schedule to meet with a therapist and just talk about things if that's something you need. They also have drop-in virtual support spaces and groups for certain things, just to help you like cope with what you're going through, or maybe unpack some stuff. And it's really great. And I highly recommend this if you feel that you need it, or maybe if you're like, yeah, I don't really think so, but I don't know. A lot of things have been going on. And I think that going to therapy is something that if you feel that you might need, you should take full advantage of. And we offer that here at the beach.
Also, I think they have a meeting coming up for like freshmen or transfer students that's coming in, or like just the nerds, because you know it's a new journey, a new start. So they also can talk to you about that.
Yes, we also have student health services. When I was in the dorms, I was actually right next to student health services. And so basically, if you are feeling a little unwell, obviously this seems very different now in the age of COVID. But normally, you know, if you're feeling a little unwell, maybe you're like, oh, I think I have a cold or something, you can go to student health services if you really want to speak to a doctor. They can totally see you there. Yeah, they do like acute illness and infection. So if you're like a little unwell, you can go there. They do STI testing and counseling there as well. General wellness visits, you know, just like a checkup, reproductive health exams. They can do pregnancy tests and pregnancy options counseling. They can do stuff for tobacco. They do also like a lot of stuff to help with addiction, if that's something that you're going through, or like maybe trying to like overcome your addiction or things like that. And then I know because of COVID, it's slightly different. But another thing that they have, sorry, I just remembered, that's really helpful is like they have a lot of general like cold medicine and like over the counter like flu stuff. So if you're feeling like a little like not well, you can just get like some cold medicine right there on campus. It's all there. And it's a lot cheaper than going to the store actually, which is nice, you know, balling on a budget. You can get what you need for less, which is great. Yeah. And I know for us future teachers, and maybe for other majors too, sometimes like for certain things, they might require you to have a certain test or something. I know for us teachers, we have to get a TB test, or and so they can do your TB test here for free instead of like going to have like to your doctors and paying money. So it's actually really nice that they have like services like this on campus. So yeah, and they are offering like COVID tests, and I think also as well potentially COVID vaccines at the health center. But I'm sure there's information on that on the portal and things like that. But yeah.
Yeah, you can get your COVID vaccine at the school, and they are setting up a testing area, so students can get tested weekly sometimes. Now we're going to talk about the Bobby Murphy Access Center, the Bmac also for short. So at Bmac, this is where you would go if you have a disability, whether it is a learning disability for like writing or math, dyslexia, anxiety, and pretty much they would give you a compensation. So whenever like you have an exam, you can go there and then you can fill out the paperwork and you will return it back to them, and they will give you a time depending on what your needs are. So I am part of Bmac, so I know that my time is usually an hour and a half that they give me. I can take additional on my test. So and they give you like a little room too where you can like just sit in and you can take your exam. It's very efficient for me because I get major anxiety seeing people get up to turn in their test because I feel like I'm moving too slow or like something just and I can't focus. So having that like cubicle where you're in there, nobody's disturbing you, and you can move at your own pace is really good. And then we also Chloe can share her experience too.
Yeah.
Like,
For the Bob Murphy, I have a lot of stuff too as well, just like in journal. I'm also like registered with them. And so it's really great if maybe like you had some accommodations in high school or community college for some things and you're like, oh, how do I do that in college? Contact the Bob Murphy Access Center. Make sure you give them a lot of time though, because they do have a lot of students to go through. So unfortunately, they might not always get back to you in the most timely of manner, but they're working on it. And so that's what matters. And especially with COVID, actually, it's been really easy to request accommodations. There's a little screen, there's a little icon like on your, not beach board, oh my gosh, on your Okta, that pops up and it's like Bmac, and then you just click on it and it'll have all your classes and it'll have like the accommodations that you have approved. And you can just like click what you want for each class, and it's super efficient and it's really great. So yeah.
to just let you guys know, they also have different kind of accommodations. So it's not just for the exam. Let's say that you can't sit for long periods of time. So they would let the professor know, and you know that like maybe every hour if the class is long, like some of your classes might be 2 hours, some of them might be a little bit longer. And so if you're a person that can't sit for a long period of time, they will allow you to get up and like leave the classroom. The professor will know and everything that you just need some time to walk around, and then you can come back and you can sit down. And also we have someone that will give like writing notes for you. So like if you like if you're a BMAC student and you struggle to take notes and understand them, they will have you to write your notes and stuff like that. But we also have a learning center. So I love the learning center. I know Chloe have been there a couple of times, and like they give free tutoring. Unfortunately, the learning center is not always for our liberal studies majors. So that's why we have our own department where we can have our math tutoring. So you can always go into liberal studies, the building 5, and we have our own tutoring in there right now. They're virtually from the last thing I know, and there's no one usually in there, so you can always get the help you need. And it's like they're still as efficient as they were in person. But the learning center, I have went there for history, and they helped me really well. And if you ever need help with like planning, getting your life together, because I'm unorganized and I need to get my life together when I came to college. So Patrick is an amazing person that worked there, and he helped me really organize my planner and really organize all my classes and start helping me plan correctly, the right way that works for me. So that was one benefit of going to the learning center. But don't always forget that the learning center also have a writing center in it. So if the writing center is packed or filled, like usually during the week before finals or the week of finals, it usually is packed. And so you can always go to the learning center, because a lot of people don't know that they also have a writing center in there that you can also view. They will correct your work. And then we have our University Writing Center, which I have been there multiple times, and
I recommend that wholeheartedly. The University Writing Center, like, I don't really think I'm the best writer, and so then when it came to college and like writing papers, I was like, oh, this is another level. And so I like just made an appointment, and they have people there that will just like read through your papers and like go through page like sentence by sentence. Like they'll do like really like big picture work if you're like, I don't really think the flow of my essay is good, or they'll get really nitpicky and be like, oh, your comma needs to be here. Like they will do whatever you need. It's really helpful, and you can go twice a week, which is great. And there'll be times where like I don't go for like months because I don't really have papers. I'm not worried about it. And then I'll be like, oh my gosh, going all the time, especially during like midterms and finals and stuff. So I really recommend that. And especially for midterms and finals, schedule your appointments ahead of time. So yeah, they do tutor via Zoom right now, but even then, I mean, it was still as helpful as in person. It was great. So
Yeah.
kind of would recommend.
And they also, I don't know if you guys know this, but they also help you like sometimes because you don't know how to start an essay. Sometimes it's you be brain blocked, and so they will help you actually take your ideas and help you put it on paper and kind of place it out in like to essays. And they also teach you like a concept where like if you have to write a 5-page essay, how many paragraphs should be each page and like kind of stuff like that, so you can be familiar. They help you to become a better writer. So if you guys ever want to become like a better writer or just need help in certain areas, just they will help you. And the one perk is about it is if you really like working with one person, you can always book your appointments with those one person. But personally for me, I like to get a vibe from everyone and then pick a person. And so yeah, I worked with a bunch of them, so they're all super helpful though. But if you like have that one person that you love and like they know everything about you, then you can also pick that just one person. And then we have the Education Opportunity Program, which is EOP. You do have to apply to be in this group, but they also have benefits there. They have free printing. I think you can print up to 10 pages for free with them each day. It's not like a weekly thing, but each day. They also have advising where they will do beginning of the year advising, and you meet with them twice, like midway through the semester and then at the beginning of the semester. And then they also have their own tutoring center where you can go and like also get tutoring. So Cal State Long Beach have a bunch of benefits that you guys can benefit from and take away from. And now we have social media. So we just wanted to give you guys a list of information, a list of social medias that will give you information throughout the school year. And we have came to the conclusion that maybe these are the best ones because we have the rec center. So you guys, if any of you want to work out, we have those emails. And then the ASI. So if you guys ever want a paint by numbers or anything they're having, you can always go there. And they have great information. And then the Long Beach one is just information about Long Beach and anything that's happened about Long Beach. They will give you information. And then we have the one dedicated to liberal studies, which is the CED one, and the liberal studies one. That's where you're going to find most information about the liberal studies and what's going on and when to apply and when to pretty much when to apply to ITEP, the deadlines and stuff like that. And they give a bunch of information like our advising, if advising hours have changed, then they inform you on Instagram also. They also send out weekly emails, but yeah, you get a bunch of emails out of students sometimes, so they get pushed down, but they also post on Instagram. And let's be honest, we're all on Instagram. If not, we're on something. And so we also have the liberal studies student group that we have, so you can follow them. And if you would like to attend one of their meetings, then you can go and attend one of their meetings. They're still virtually, but things might change. Who knows? And then we have the SAMs, which we are SAMs. If you ever want to talk to us, you can always go into our link tree and make an appointment with us, and we answer any of your questions to our best of our abilities. And then we also have Bmac. If you guys are interested in Bmac or want to know more about Bmac, you can always just go on there and apply. That's the ones we found important, but as you join clubs and as you get to know campus a little bit more, you will find different social media that are important to you specifically. Yeah, because we have a bunch of groups and stuff, so you can follow those also.
Any group on campus has their own Instagram. Like, it is so weird. Like, I swear, if you really wanted, you could, like, if you followed everyone, you would be following like 1,000 new people or something. There's so many Instagrams. These were the ones we thought were helpful. And yeah, there's a bunch of different ones too. And I'm sure like if you went to these and saw who was following what, you would see like a million more. And there are a bunch that could be helpful. We just thought these would be good. And that way you like get your info. So yeah.
Do any of you have any questions or comments before we end?
Please ask us any questions at all.
Yeah, if not, you can always make an appointment with us. Like I said, we're the CBS_SAMs, where you can make an appointment with us in our link tree, and we will make a meet with you. Me or Chloe are 3 of our other SAMs. If you guys like to just talk one-on-one, if you guys would like, but if you guys have any questions, you can talk them out, or you can unmute yourself and talk, or you can put it in the chat. It's up to you guys. But if not, you guys can go. Thank you for coming to our presentation. I hope you guys learned a lot or are excited to go to Cal State Long Beach and like see all the stuff we was talking about and use the resources. Yeah, and have a wonderful day if you don't have any questions.
Yay. See you at the beach. If you do have questions, feel free to just stick around and ask. Yay.
You're welcome, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Mm.
Do you have a question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. No problem.
Trying to add all the Instagrams. I felt that. I was looking on there. I'm like, do I even follow these? Hold on. Wait.
I follow all of these. I think I do. No problem. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I follow all of these because I feel like I got the most information from these, like what's going on.
Yeah, I just recently got Instagram, and I feel like, you know, like I didn't have it my first year, whatever, when everyone was like plugging their Instas. And so now that I've been virtual, like nobody's plugging their Insta at me. So I'm like,
Do you have any more questions? You can unmute yourself if so.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just make sure to stop recording, and thank you so much for
Problem.
doing this.
Let me stop recording right now.